the triangle congruence theorems are what they sound like they are. For example, the SSS triangle congruence theorem, well, it says if three sides of one triangle are congruent to three sides of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Your picture would look like a triangle and another triangle. Now, those may or may not be actually, congruent. If you look at them, they're not. I'm not a perfect drawer. I'm not an artist. But if I mark them, that's the same as that, that's the same as that, and that's the same as that, then therefore by SSS they are congruent. The SAS triangle congruence theorem says if two sides and the angle between them are the same in two triangles, then those two triangles are congruent. Okay? So the picture here would look like, once again, obviously two triangles. And now I know two sides are the same, so I've got these two sides are equal, and the angle is right between them. Then they are congruent. Okay? The ASA triangle congruence is what it sounds like it is, right? You've got two angles and the side between them. If you have two triangles and each one has two angles that are congruent and the side between those two angles that are congruent, then you can say those whole figures, those whole triangles are congruent by ASA. Here's an illustration. Triangle and triangle. If I know this angle is congruent to this angle, and this angle is congruent to this angle, and I know the side between them is congruent, then you would say, hey, those triangles are congruent by ASA. Harry, here's AAS. If you have two angles and a side not between them, so it's not between them anymore, it's not ASA, it's AAS, it is what it looks like it is. Same thing in two triangles, and therefore the triangles are congruent, so it might look something like this. I'm going to try to do nice curved angles here.
It's a really good triangle.
Thank you.
Oh, the first one was.
Yeah, and then it
But they're congruent because I have angles. Let me ask, does it matter if the angles are marked in the same location?
No.
Doesn't matter. Okay, but one thing I will say, if I mark a side and it's coming off the one marked with 2, then it's got to be coming off the one marked with 2 over here in order for them to be congruent. Okay, so you really need to pay attention to order. This one goes marked with 1, marked with 2, side. This one goes marked with 1, marked with 2, side.